The transport ship docked at Nexus 7 with a soft hiss. Minho pressed his face against the window, watching the massive space station stretch out before him. It was bigger than any city he had ever seen on Earth. Lights flickered across its surface like stars, and ships of all shapes and sizes flew around it like insects. He grabbed his bag and stepped out onto the platform. The air smelled strange, like metal and something sweet he could not name. Dozens of aliens walked past him. Some had scales, others had fur, and some looked like they were made of light itself. None of them looked human. Minho felt his stomach twist with nerves. He was the first human to work here permanently. Earth had only joined the Galactic Council 3 months ago. Most aliens had never seen a human before, except in pictures and videos. A tall insect-like creature approached him. She had 4 arms and large, shining eyes. Her body was covered in a hard shell that gleamed under the station lights. "You must be Minho," she said. Her voice came from a translator device on her chest. "I am Velthra, the station administrator. Welcome to Nexus 7. Minho bowed slightly, the way he had been taught in his training. "Thank you. Thank you. I am happy to be here." Velthra's antennae twitched. "Follow me. I will show you to your quarters." They walked through long corridors filled with aliens. Some stopped to stare at Minho. Others whispered to each other. Minho tried to smile at them, but most looked away quickly. "They are curious about you," Velthra said. "Humans are very new to the galaxy. Some have heard strange stories." "What kind of stories?" Minho asked. "That humans are unpredictable. That you come from a dangerous world. That your biology is unusual." Velthra's antennae drooped. "Please do not take offense. Fear of the unknown is common among all species." Minho nodded. He understood. Earth was different from most worlds in the galaxy. It had extreme weather, dangerous animals, and plants that could kill you if you ate them. But to humans, it was just home. His quarters were small but comfortable. A bed, a desk, and a food dispenser were built into the walls. Velthra showed him how to use everything, then left him alone to rest. Minho tried the food dispenser first. He was hungry after the long trip. He pressed buttons until something that looked like gray paste came out. He took a bite and immediately regretted it. It tasted like nothing. Not bad, just completely bland. Like eating wet paper. He missed his grandmother's cooking. He missed kimchi and bulgogi and tteokbokki. He missed food that had flavor, that made his mouth water, that had spice and heat and life. But this was his job. He had volunteered for this. Earth needed representatives in space, and he wanted to be one of them. He could handle boring food for a while. The next day, Minho started his work as a cultural attache. His job was to help aliens understand human culture and to help humans understand alien cultures. He spent the morning reading reports and answering questions through his computer. In the afternoon, he decided to explore the station. He found the recreational commons, a large open area where aliens gathered to eat, talk, and relax. He sat at a table and tried to eat more of the gray paste from the dispenser. "This is terrible," he muttered to himself. "How do people eat this every day?" "Because most species do not have your sense of taste," a voice said. Minho looked up. A reptilian alien stood nearby. He was shorter than Minho, with green scales and yellow eyes. He wore a vest covered in pockets and carried a datapad. "I am Crix," the alien said. "I am a trader. I overheard you complaining about the food." "Sorry," Minho said. "I did not mean to be rude. It is just very bland." Crix's mouth curved up in what might have been a smile. "Humans have strong taste receptors, yes? I read about this. You can detect many flavors that other species cannot." "I guess so," Minho said. "On Earth, we use a lot of spices and seasonings. This galactic standard food has none of that. Crick sat down across from him. 3 other reptilian aliens joined them. Crix introduced them as Besh, Torval, and Quinn. They were all traders who worked together. "It must be difficult," Crick said, "to be so far from home, eating food that does not satisfy you." "I will manage," Minho said. "I am here to do a job, not to enjoy myself." Crix and his friends exchanged glances. Their eyes gleamed with something Minho could not identify. Later, he would learn it was mischief. "Perhaps we can help you," Crick said. "We travel to many worlds. We know about foods and drinks from across the galaxy. Some are quite flavorful." Minho perked up. "Really? That would be amazing." "Of course," Crick said smoothly. "We traders must help each other. And you are new here. We should make you feel welcome." Over the next few days, Crix visited Minho several times. They talked about trade, about Earth, about the different species in the galaxy. Minho enjoyed the company. Crix seemed friendly and interested in human culture. But Crix had other plans. In the privacy of their ship, he and his crew watched videos of humans. They learned about human biology, about the strange things humans could eat and drink. They learned that humans were different from almost every other species. "This is perfect," Crix said to his crew. "Humans think they are so adaptable, so tough. Let us see how tough this one really is." "Are you sure about this?" Besh asked. "It seems cruel." "It is just a prank," Crix said. "A harmless test. We will give him Vraxian fire essence. He will take 1 sip, realize it is too strong, and we will all laugh about it. It is a traditional hazing ritual. Every new species gets tested like this. But fire essence is dangerous," Torval said. "Only if you drink a lot of it," Crix said. "He will take 1 tiny sip and stop. Trust me. I have done this before." What Crix did not know was that humans were different in ways even the galactic database did not fully explain. What he thought was a harmless prank would change everything. On the 5th day, Crix approached Minho in the commons with a small crystalline vial. Inside was a bright red liquid that seemed to glow. "My friend," Crix said, "I have something special for you. A rare delicacy from my homeworld. It has the flavor you have been missing." Minho looked at the vial with interest. "What is it?" "Vraxian fire essence," Crix said proudly. "It is made from the volcanic minerals of my moon. It has intense flavor. Very strong. Very special." He pretended to take a sip himself, but his suit's seal prevented any liquid from touching his mouth. "Would you like to try?" Crix asked, holding out the vial. Minho smiled. "Finally, something with flavor." "Yes, thank you." Around them, other aliens began to notice. Some pointed. Some whispered. Crix's crew watched from nearby tables, recording everything. Minho took the vial. He could smell something sharp and spicy coming from it. It reminded him a little of the gachaguru his grandmother used in her cooking. "To new friendships," Minho said, and drank the entire vial in 1 gulp. The commons fell silent. For 3 seconds, nothing happened. Minho stood there, the empty vial in his hand. Crix watched with a growing smile, waiting for the human to gasp and cough and beg for water. Then Minho's face turned red. His eyes watered. He coughed once, twice. Crix's smile grew wider. But then Minho grinned. A wide, genuine grin that showed his teeth. "Wow," Minho said, wiping his eyes. "That has got a nice kick to it. It burns in a good way. Reminds me of my grandmother's stew. She used to make it so spicy that my eyes would water. Just like this." The smile disappeared from Crix's face. Around them, aliens gasped and stepped back. Someone dropped their drink. The sound of breaking glass echoed through the commons. "You," Crix stammered. "You drank it all." "Yes," Minho said. Was I supposed to sip it? Sorry, I was just really thirsty for something with flavor. Do you have more? Maybe something even spicier? An alarm started blaring. Red lights flashed across the commons. Velfra came running, her forearms waving frantically. Medical emergency, she shouted. Clear the area. Get the human to medical bay immediately. What? Minho looked around in confusion. I am fine. What is wrong? You drank Raxian fire essence. Velthra said. You need medical attention now. Two security officers grabbed Minho by the arms. He did not resist, but he was completely confused. I do not understand. I feel fine. My mouth is a little tingly, but that is normal after eating spicy food. Spicy food? Velfra S. Antennae stood straight up. That was not food. That was poison. They rushed Minho to the medical bay. Dr. Xyloth, an ethereal being who looked like she was made of blue mist, was waiting. She had Minho lie down on a scanner bed. Stay calm, she said in a gentle voice. We will help you. Help me with what? Minho asked. I am not hurt. The scanner hummed and glowed around his body. Dr. Xyloth watched the readings on her screen. Her misty form flickered with surprise. This is impossible, she whispered. What is impossible? Minho asked. Your body temperature is elevated. Your blood flow is increased to your extremities. Your neural activity is heightened. But there is no tissue damage. No neural shock. No cellular breakdown. Because I am fine, Minho said. I told everyone I am fine. Velfra entered the medical bay with two security officers. Between them, in restraints, was Crix. The reptilian trader looked terrified. He attempted to poison the human. Velthra said, We have him in custody. Wait, Minho sat up. What? No, he did not poison me. He gave me a drink. A spicy drink, but just a drink. Raxian fire essence is lethal to 98% of known species, Dr. Xyloth said. It contains chemical compounds that cause severe burns to internal tissue, neural damage, and often death. How are you alive? Minho blinked. It was spicy. Just spicy. Like hot sauce. Hot sauce? Velfer repeated. Yes, a liquid we put on food to make it taste better. It burns your mouth a little, but in a good way. It makes you feel warm. Humans eat it all the time. Dr. Xyloth pulled up data on her screen. The primary active compound in Raxian fire essence is similar to a substance called capsaicin. Does this mean anything to you? Oh yes, Minho said. Capsaicin is in chili peppers. We have been eating those for thousands of years. They are in many human foods. Korean food especially uses a lot of spicy peppers. The medical bay fell silent. Everyone stared at Minho like he had grown a second head. You eat poison for pleasure? Dr. Xyloth asked slowly. It is not poison to us, Minho said. It is just spicy. It tastes good. Crix spoke up from his restraints. I did not know. I swear I did not know humans could survive it. It was supposed to be a prank. It was supposed to take one small sip and then stop. That is what everyone does. I have never seen anyone drink the whole vial before. A prank? Velfer S. Antennae twitched with anger. You could have killed him. But I did not die, Minho said. And I do not think he meant to hurt me. Right, Crix? Crix nodded frantically. Yes, yes. It was just supposed to be funny. A test. A way to welcome new species to the station. I have done it dozens of times. No one ever drinks more than a drop before they stop. Because it will kill them, Dr. Xyloth said. I did not think humans were different. Crix said, I thought you were like everyone else. Minho rubbed the back of his neck. I guess we are not like everyone else. Can I go now? I am supposed to file reports this afternoon. Absolutely not, Dr. Zyloff said. We need to run more tests. We need to understand how your biology works. This is completely unprecedented. For the next several hours, they ran tests. They scanned Minho from every angle. They took samples of his blood, his saliva, his hair. They asked him hundreds of questions about human biology and diet. Minho tried to answer everything as best as he could. He told them about how humans evolved as omnivores, eating many different things. He told them about how early humans had to try new foods to survive, even foods that might be dangerous. He told them about the human liver and kidneys, which could process many toxins that would kill other species. We also drink alcohol, he mentioned. That is a poison too, technically. But in small amounts, it just makes us relaxed and happy. Dr. Zyloff's misty form turned a darker shade of blue. You drink cellular poison for recreation? Well, yes. Many cultures on Earth make alcohol. Beer, wine, soju. It is normal for us. What else do you consume that would be toxic to others? Velthra asked. My NHO thought for a moment. Coffee. That has caffeine, which I think is poisonous to some animals on Earth. Chocolate has something called theobromine, which is also poisonous to some Earth animals. Wasabi, that is a very spicy green paste. Horseradish, mustard, cinnamon in large amounts can be toxic. But we eat it anyway. The aliens exchanged looks of horror and amazement. Your species, Dr. Zyloff said carefully, consumes multiple types of poison regularly and considers it normal? They are not poison to us, Minho said. They are just food. Good food. Tasty food. Velthra turned to the security officers. Release Crix. It is clear he did not intend to harm the human. He simply did not understand how different humans are. The restraints came off. Crix rubbed his wrists and looked at Minho with wide eyes. I am sorry, Crix said. I did not mean to scare everyone. Minho smiled. It is okay. You did not know. Actually, thank you for the drink. It was the first thing with flavor I have had since I arrived. You actually liked it? Crix asked in disbelief. Yes. Do you have more? Around the medical bay, every alien present made sounds of shock and confusion. They could not understand this human. He had just drunk something that should have killed him, and now he wanted more. Dr. Zyloff shook her head. I need to contact Earth. We need to speak with human medical experts. This changes everything we thought we knew about your species. Should I call our human scientists? Minho asked. Yes, Velthra said. We need answers. The galaxy needs to understand what humans really are. 3 days later, a ship arrived from Earth. Una stepped off carrying several large containers. She was a biologist who specialized in human evolution and diet. When she heard about what happened to Minho, she volunteered to come to Nexus 7 immediately. Minho met her at the docking bay. Una, I am so glad you are here. Everyone thinks I am some kind of monster because I drank something spicy. Una laughed. I heard. I brought supplies. Things to help them understand. She opened one of the containers. Inside were bottles and jars and packages. Minho's eyes went wide with joy. Is that gochujang? And kimchi? And ramyun? Yes, and hot sauce, coffee, chocolate, wasabi, and more. I brought samples of everything humans eat that aliens might consider toxic. Velthra approached them with Dr. Zyloff. You are the Earth scientist? Yes, I am Una. I study human biology and food culture. I understand you have questions. Many questions, Dr. Zyloff said. How is this human alive? He consumed enough Raxian fire essence to kill a Corthian bull. Because humans evolve differently than most species in the galaxy, Una said. May I give a presentation to your council? I can explain everything. An hour later, Una stood before the Nexus 7 Council. 20 different species sat in a semicircle, watching her. Minho sat in the front row for support. Crix was there too, still curious about what he had witnessed. Una put up images on the large screen behind her. Humans come from Earth, a planet with extreme conditions. We have hot deserts, cold ice fields, dangerous animals, and poisonous plants. To survive, humans had to become adaptable. She showed an image of early humans. Our ancestors were persistence hunters. We could not run as fast as prey animals, but we could run longer. We developed the ability to sweat, to cool our bodies during long chases. We developed the ability to eat many different things, because we never knew what we would find. But how does this relate to poison resistance? Velthra asked. Because humans had to try new foods to survive, Una said. Sometimes those foods contained toxins. Over thousands of generations, we developed ways to process these toxins. Our livers and kidneys are very good at filtering out harmful substances. She opened a jar of kimchi. The smell filled the room. Several aliens made sounds of disgust and moved back. This is kimchi, Una said. Fermented vegetables with spices. It contains capsaicin, the same compound in Rexian fire essence. Humans eat this every day. It does not hurt us. It just adds flavor. She took a bite. Minho smiled, remembering the taste from home. The aliens watched in fascination and horror. The capsaicin binds to receptors in our mouths, Una continued. These receptors detect heat. So eating spicy food feels like burning, but it is not actual damage. Our brains release endorphins, chemicals that make us feel good. So spicy food is actually pleasant for us. You feel pleasure from something that causes pain, asked a furred alien from the council. The sensation is similar to pain, but yes, we enjoy it. Many human cultures use spicy food. Korean, Mexican, Indian, Thai, Chinese. It is a big part of how we eat. Una pulled out more items. This is coffee. It contains caffeine, a stimulant that would cause neural damage in many species. Humans drink it every morning to wake up. She brewed a cup right there. The smell made several aliens cover their breathing organs. This is chocolate. It contains theobromine, which causes heart problems in many Earth animals. Humans love it. We give it as gifts. We eat it for comfort. She broke off a piece and ate it. Some aliens looked away. This is alcohol. It is literally a cellular poison. But in controlled amounts, humans can process it safely. We drink it socially. We have done so for thousands of years. She poured a small glass of soju and drank it. Gasps echoed through the chamber. Your species, Dr. Xyloth said slowly, has turned multiple poisons into recreational substances. In a way, yes, Una said. But they are not poisons to us. Our bodies handle them differently. What is deadly to you is normal to us. Are there limits? Velthra asked. Can humans consume anything? No, of course not. We have our own poisons. Heavy metals like mercury and lead. Certain biological toxins, radiation. These things harm us too. But our range of tolerance is much wider than most species. Crick stood up. I have a question. The human Minho asked for more Vraxian fire essence. He said he wanted something spicier. Does this mean humans seek out stronger toxins? Una smiled. Actually, yes. Many humans love very spicy food. There are competitions on Earth to see who can eat the spiciest peppers. Some people grow peppers specifically to make them hotter and hotter. It is a challenge, a game. The council members talked among themselves in various languages. Their translators created a jumble of sounds. Finally, the council leader, an ancient being made of living crystal, spoke. This is unprecedented. We have never encountered a species with such unusual biology. What does Earth want us to do with this information? Yuna looked at Minho, then back at the council. We want to build understanding. Humans are new to the galaxy. We are different, yes, but we can work with other species. Our differences can be helpful. Helpful how? The crystal being asked. There might be substances in the galaxy that are valuable, but too dangerous for most species to handle. Humans could handle them safely. We could help process materials, work with compounds, handle situations that others cannot. Vulfra's antennae perked up. That is an interesting thought. There are several restricted substances in galactic trade, specifically because they are too dangerous to transport or refine. Humans could change that, Yuna said. We could be the bridge between what is dangerous and what is useful. The council talked for another hour. They asked many questions. Yuna answered them all, sometimes with Minho's help. They demonstrated eating more spicy food. They showed how humans could drink coffee and feel energized instead of poisoned. Finally, the council voted. By a large majority, they decided that humans were not dangerous, just different. They would be welcomed in the galactic community with special notes about their unusual biology. After the meeting, Crix approached Minho and Yuna. I am truly sorry for the prank. I thought it would be harmless. You gave us an opportunity, Yuna said. Now the galaxy knows what humans can do. Does this mean you forgive me? Crix asked Minho. Minho grinned. Only if you tell me where I can get more of that fire essence. I really did like it. Crix's jaw dropped. You are serious? Very serious. Actually, do you know of anything spicier? Crix looked at Yuna. Is he always like this? Most humans are, Yuna said with a laugh. We like challenges. That evening, Yuna and Minho shared a meal in his quarters. She had brought real Korean food from Earth. They ate kimchi jjigae, spicy stew that made Minho's eyes water with happiness. They drank coffee afterward, and Minho felt more at home than he had since arriving at the station. Thank you for coming, Minho said. I was starting to feel like a freak. You are not a freak. You are human. We are all like this. The galaxy just needs time to understand. Do you think they will? I know they will. Today was the first step. Tomorrow we will show them what else humans can do. Outside the window, the station glowed with lights. Thousands of aliens lived and worked there, from hundreds of worlds. And now they all knew about humans. About the species that drank poison and asked for more. The galaxy would never look at humans the same way again. Word spread fast through Nexus 7. Within a week, every being on the station knew about the human who drank poison and wanted more. Some species found it fascinating. Others found it terrifying. But everyone wanted to see for themselves. Minho's quiet life as a cultural attach became very busy very quickly. Aliens stopped him in the corridors. They asked him questions. Some asked to watch him eat. Others brought substances from their homeworlds, curious if humans could handle those too. Try this, said a blob-like alien named Gormo. He offered Minho a small cube. It is a delicacy on my world, but it contains mild acid. Very dangerous to most species. Minho took the cube and popped it in his mouth. His face twisted. Oh, that is sour. Very sour. Like extreme lemons. But not bad. A little tingly. Gormo's blob body quivered with excitement. Amazing. Your mouth is not dissolving. Why would it dissolve? Minho asked, still making a sour face. Because the acid should eat through your tissue. Oh, well, humans eat citric acid all the time. Lemons, limes, oranges. This is just stronger. It is fine. News of this interaction spread too. More aliens came with more substances. Minho tried bitter compounds that tasted terrible but did not harm him. He tried substances with extreme temperatures that he could touch without injury. He drank liquids that made his head feel funny, but did not damage his brain. Dr. Xyloth documented everything. "Your species is remarkable," she told Minho during one examination. "You have tested positive for tolerance to 17 different categories of toxins. This is unheard of. Is this causing problems?" Minho asked. "Problems? No. Opportunities? Yes." She showed him data on her screen. "These are restricted substances in galactic trade. Materials that are valuable but too dangerous to work with. Compounds for medicine, fuel, construction. But they are toxic to the species who need them. And humans can handle them? Possibly. We would need to test, but based on what we have seen, I believe humans could revolutionize several industries." Velfer called a meeting with Minho and Yuna. Crix was invited too, as he had become something of an unofficial liaison between Minho and the trading community. "The Galactic Council has been watching your progress," Velfer said. "They are impressed and concerned. Impressed by human capabilities, concerned by the implications." "What implications?" Yuna asked. "If humans can handle substances we cannot, this creates an economic advantage. Some council members worry this will disrupt established trade networks." "We do not want to disrupt anything," Minho said. "We just want to be part of the community." "I know," Velfer said. "And I have a proposal. What if we established a special division here on Nexus 7? A hazardous materials division, run by humans to handle substances other species cannot." Yuna leaned forward. "You want humans to become specialists in dangerous materials?" "Yes, it would benefit everyone. Dangerous materials could be processed safely. New medicines could be developed. Trade routes could open for substances that are currently impossible to transport." Crix spoke up. "I have already heard from several traders. They want to work with humans. There is a compound called Thermix from the volcanic worlds. It is an incredibly efficient fuel, but it burns the skin of every species that touches it. If humans can handle it, it would change everything." "Can we handle it?" Minho asked. "Only one way to find out," Yuna said. Over the next month, they ran tests. Minho worked with Yuna and Dr. Zeloth to try different substances under controlled conditions. They discovered humans could safely handle many things that other species could not. Thermix, the super fuel, felt warm to Minho's touch but did not burn him. A medical compound called Helix, which contained proteins that caused allergic shock in most species, did nothing to Minho except make him slightly sleepy. A construction material called Hardex, which released toxic fumes when cut, made Minho cough but caused no permanent damage. "This is incredible," Dr. Xyloth said after each test. "Your species has natural resistance to so many things." But it was not just natural resistance. Humans were also smart. They developed special tools. They created protective equipment. They learned which substances they could handle with bare hands and which needed gloves. They found their limits and worked within them. Yuna became the head of the new Hazardous Materials Division. More humans came from Earth to help. They set up laboratories and processing facilities. They hired alien staff to help with logistics and management. But humans did all the hands-on work with dangerous materials. Minho became a supervisor. His first major project was processing Thermex fuel for a shipping company. The fuel had been sitting in storage for years because no one could safely refine it. Minho and his team did it in 2 weeks. The profits were enormous. The shipping company was thrilled. The Galactic Council was impressed. Earth's economy received a massive boost. Crix became Minho's business partner. He used his trading connections to find opportunities for human specialists. He brought in contracts, negotiated deals, and helped humans understand the complex world of galactic commerce. I feel like I should still apologize, Crick said one day while they reviewed contracts. That prank changed your life completely. It changed it for the better, Minho said. I came here to be a cultural attache. Now I am helping build an entire industry. This is more important than I ever imagined. Still, I could have killed you, but you did not. And now we are friends. Sometimes the best things come from mistakes. As the months passed, humans became known throughout the galaxy as the species who could handle anything. More contracts came in. More humans arrived at Nexus 7 to work. The hazardous materials division grew, but Minho never forgot why this all started. Humans were not invincible. They were just different. They had evolved to survive on a harsh world, and that evolution gave them advantages in the galaxy. One evening, Minho and Crick sat in the commons, drinking together. Minho had coffee, black and strong. Crick had a nutrient solution in a protective container. Do you miss Earth? Crick asked. Sometimes, Minho said. I miss my family. I miss the food, though Yuna brings supplies regularly now. But I love what we are building here. Humans and aliens working together, using our differences to help each other. You really do not hold a grudge about the prank. Minho laughed. Crick, that prank was the best thing that ever happened to me. Before, I was just another diplomat. Now I am part of something bigger. I am helping humans find their place in the galaxy. By drinking poison. By showing the galaxy that poison is relative. What hurts you might help us. What we can do, you cannot. And together, we can do things neither of us could do alone. Crick's eyes gleamed. That is very wise. I learned it from my grandmother. She used to say that the spiciest food brings people together because sharing something intense creates bonds. She sounds smart. She was. She would have loved this place. She would have tried every dangerous substance you could find and asked for more. They laughed together, two beings from different worlds, brought together by a prank that became something more. Around them, the station hummed with life. Hundreds of species, thousands of individuals, all living and working together. And humans, the species who drank poison, had found their place among them. 2 years after Minto drank the Vraxian fire essence, Nexus 7 looked very different. The hazardous materials division occupied an entire wing of the station. Over 300 humans worked there now, along with hundreds of alien support staff. The division processed materials for dozens of worlds, created new medicines, and developed technologies that were impossible before. But the most visible change was in the commons. Where there used to be only food dispensers serving bland galactic standard rations, there was now a restaurant. A real restaurant with tables, menus, and cooking equipment. The sign above the door read Minho's Cantina in both human and galactic script. Minho stood behind the counter, wearing an apron. He was cooking kimchi jjigae in a large pot. The smell filled the air, spicy and rich. Some aliens walked past quickly, covering their breathing organs. But others stopped, curious. Yuna worked beside him, preparing side dishes. Crick managed the front, greeting customers and explaining the menu. His protective suit allowed him to work in the spicy environment without discomfort. Table 6 wants the mild ramen, Crick called out. And Table 3 is asking if we have anything spicier than the fire noodles. Tell Table 3 to try the challenge bowl, Minho said. But they have to sign the waiver. The challenge bowl was famous on the station now. It was a dish so spicy that even most humans could barely finish it. Aliens could watch from behind a protective glass wall as humans attempted to eat it. It had become entertainment. A young human engineer named Jiwoo sat at the bar, eating a bowl of spicy tteokbokki. Beside him sat a crystalline alien named Tesh, watching through his protective suit's display. How can you eat that? Tesh asked. The capsaicin readings are through the roof. It is good, Jiwoo said, his eyes watering. Spicy, but good. Want to try a tiny piece? I would die. Oh, right. Sorry. This was normal conversation now. Humans and aliens understood each other's differences. They worked with them instead of against them. A group of alien dignitaries entered the cantina. Velthra led them, her antennae waving proudly. This is one of our station's most unique attractions. The first human restaurant in space. The dignitaries watched in fascination as humans ate food that would kill them. One dignitary, a being made of living gas, spoke through its translator. This is the species you told us about? The ones who process hazardous materials? Yes, Velthra said. Humans have become essential to our station and to galactic trade. They handle substances we cannot, and they do it with incredible efficiency. And they eat poison for fun? They do not consider it poison. To them, it is simply food. Minho approached the group, wiping his hands on his apron. Welcome to Minho's Cantina. Can I get you anything? We have observation seats if you want to watch humans eat, or I can prepare something mild enough for non-human biology. The gas being floated closer. I have heard about you. You are the human who started all this. The one who drank Raxian fire essence. Yes, that was me. Would you like to try some? I still have a bottle. Though you would need to dilute it about 1,000 times for it to be safe for you. And you drink it pure? Sometimes. Though I have found things even spicier since then. The dignitaries talked among themselves, amazed and confused. This was the reaction Minho got from most aliens. Amazement at what humans could do, confusion at why they would want to. After the dignitaries left, Dr. Xyloth arrived for her usual evening coffee. Yes, coffee. She had developed a special containment system that let her absorb tiny, heavily diluted amounts of caffeine. It did not affect her the way it affected humans, but she liked the ritual of sitting in the cantina with friends. How was your day? She asked Minho. Good. We processed another shipment of Helix. It will save lives on 6 different worlds. Because humans can handle the refining process. Yes, it feels good to help. Dr. Xyloth's misty form shimmered. Do you ever think about that first day? When you drank the fire essence? All the time. It was the scariest moment of my life, seeing everyone panic. But also the most important. Why? Because it showed me that being different is not bad. Humans are different from other species in many ways. Our biology, our culture, our history. But those differences can be strengths. That is a good lesson. Yuna joined them, carrying a plate of kimchi. The new shipment from Earth arrived. We have enough supplies for 6 months now. Good, Minho said. I was worried we would run out again. Crix came over, pulling off his protective helmet. His scales had adapted to the spicy air over time, though he still needed protection for extended periods. We have a problem. A good problem, but still a problem. What is it? Minho asked. The Galactic Council wants to open 5 more human-operated hazardous materials facilities. 1 on each major trade hub. They are asking if we can train enough humans to staff them. Yuna's eyes widened. 5 more facilities? That is huge. Earth can provide the people, Crix said. But we need to organize it. Set up training programs. Establish safety protocols. This is bigger than anything we have done before. Minho thought for a moment. We can do it. We have learned so much in the past 2 years. We know what works and what does not. We can teach others. Are you sure? Crix asked. This is a massive responsibility. I am sure. This is what we came to space for. To help, to contribute. To find our place in the galaxy. That night, after the cantina closed, Minho stood at the viewing window in his quarters, He looked out at the stars. Somewhere out there was Earth, his home, his family, his grandmother's kitchen where he first learned to love spicy food. He thought about how far he had come, from a simple cultural attach to the head of an industry, from being pranked with poison to running a restaurant where poison was the specialty, from being alone and different to being surrounded by friends from a dozen worlds. His communicator beeped. It was a message from Earth, from his grandmother. "I heard about your restaurant," she wrote. "I am so proud of you. You took our family recipes to the stars. Remember, food brings people together, even if that food is poison to some of them. Love, Grandmother." Minho smiled. She understood. She always understood. The next morning, Minho met with Yuna, Crix, and the leadership of the Hazardous Materials Division. They began planning the expansion. 5 new facilities. Hundreds of new jobs for humans. New opportunities to help species across the galaxy. "This started with a prank," Crix said during a meeting. "A stupid, dangerous prank. And it became this." "The best things often start unexpectedly," Yuna said. "Science, discovery, friendship. They come from moments we do not plan for." "To unexpected moments," Minho said, raising his cup of coffee. "To unexpected moments," the others echoed. Years later, human children studying galactic history would learn about the poison incident. They would learn how one human drinking something he should not have changed the relationship between Earth and the galaxy. How it opened doors that no one knew existed. How it proved the differences between species were not weaknesses, but opportunities. They would learn about Minho, the first human to work on Nexus 7, about Yuna, who explained human biology to the galaxy, about Crix, who played a prank that changed everything. But most importantly, they would learn the lesson that Minho learned that first day in the Commons. That being different is not something to fear or hide. It is something to celebrate and use. Every species has something unique to offer. Every individual has strengths that others do not. And sometimes, what one species considers deadly poison is another species' favorite drink. In Minho's cantina. On Nexus 7, humans continued to eat food that would kill most other species. They did it with joy, with laughter, with friends from across the galaxy, watching in amazement. And every time someone new arrived at the station, confused and frightened by the differences between species, someone would take them to the cantina. They would watch humans eat poison. They would see how something so dangerous could be so normal to someone else, and they would understand. The galaxy was full of differences, but those differences were what made it beautiful, what made it work, what made it whole, all because one human drank poison and asked for seconds.